What's up, everybody? It is your boy Corey back again with another video. First off, I want to say thank you all who continuously support me, share my videos, like, comment. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are the real MVPs. I can't do what I do without your support, so thank you so much. Today, I want to talk about why movement isn't always progress. And a lot of us go through this, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking that you moved to a new city, now you're progressing in life. You're thinking that you're going to a new job, now you're progressing in life. So I want to demystify why movement isn't always progress. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. It helps your boy out tremendously. Let's get into the video. So when you think about progress and progression in your life, you need to think about a few things first. You need to think about what are you currently doing in order to enhance your life, and what would that action do for the future? And a lot of times we think about movement as progress. And like I said earlier, just because you move to a new city, that doesn't mean that you're instantly going to get new opportunities. That doesn't mean that you're going to progress in life. It has to make sense. So please don't confuse movement with progress. And there's a saying that you can run in place and not get anything done. And it is completely true. Whenever you're thinking about movement, right? Whenever you're thinking about moving to a new city, moving to a new job, moving to a new role, constantly trying to get things in motion, always think about what will be the future impact of this. Because like I said, you can easily just move in place. You can easily move so much to where you're not progressing. Sometimes you have to be stable. Sometimes you have to be in your zone, locked in on one thing in order for that to level up, in order to then move to something different. And I think to me, that is progress. So I don't consider progress or success having a whole bunch of ventures, always moving, always like in motion. Like, I consider progress as what have you done and how did that progress your life in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a couple of people that move every single year, still the same exact place in life. I know people that moved like every 4 years or haven't moved at all, and now they're successful. Because what happens is, your plants will grow where you water it. So if you plant a seed and don't focus on that particular seed and just watering other things, it will take longer for that seed to sprout and grow and become something that you always want it to be. So a lot of times you have to think about yourself. You got to think about your plans. You got to think about what do you need to do to make sure that you're progressing in life, because movement sometimes hinder your progress, because sometimes when you move, you got to start all the way over. So like for me, I know like I've cultivated this lifestyle, this life in Atlanta, Georgia. Been here for about 4 or 5 years now. And I know if I move to a new city, I got to start a new network. I lose the network that I have here in Atlanta. Got to be a part of different groups, got to learn the city. And sometimes doing all of that takes away from maybe your purpose, takes away from maybe the place you was at in the last city. Sometimes you got to start all the way over, and that can hinder your progress. And this goes for our generation right now, and even the generation before us. Everybody is so fast-paced, movement. I need a city life. I need to do this. I need to do that. There's nothing wrong with that, but make sure that it makes sense for your life. Make sure it will be some type of progression in your life if you were to do that. Every movement, every action, every step doesn't always take you a step closer to your passion or to success. That doesn't mean that you're progressing. Like I said, you can walk in place, you can run in place, you can think that you're doing something and you're really not. I also see a lot of times on social media where it just makes it seem like everybody is on go mode, go. But it's okay to slow down, take your time, readjust, make sure that you're making sound decisions. A lot of times we're confused. We're confused a lot of things with what we see on social media and what others are doing. And sometimes, movement is needed, but frequent movement is not always needed. And another thing is when you start to do some type of movement, you gotta think about it. Movement come in different directions. Just because you move, that don't mean you're going forward. Just because you move, you can be going backwards, you can be going horizontal. When you think about movement, you need to think about, like, I need to be going vertical. I don't need to be going horizontal. I don't need to be going backwards unless you feel like that move will help you jumpstart something that you never would have been able to jumpstart. So when you think about movement, always know that you can make a decision that take you back. You can make a decision that keep you stagnant. Just because you move doesn't mean that you are moving forward. And I say this a lot because I have friends and I see people all the time that try to force themselves to be moving, force themselves to have a new opportunity, force themselves to be in a new city, hop ship another city real quick, never gave the other city a chance. Like, we have to be patient. And sometimes it's hard to be patient, especially in this lifestyle when it's instant gratification that everybody is chasing. You see stuff on Instagram, TikTok, everything is fast paced, in your face. You want to do it quick. But the ones that typically end up being successful are people that can sit back, evaluate what's going on, and really figure out how to move. You know what I'm saying? And just don't jump into things. And if you really want to progress in life, you oftentimes have to slow it down and figure out if you're making the right move to go in a upward direction towards progression of your life. And that's why there's 25-year-olds that's well above what someone that might be 35. Is because the movement that they made pushed them into progression. They wasn't stagnant, they wasn't running in place. And that's why those things happen. So don't jump into things quick. Know that movement is okay, but it's not always in the right direction. And also know whenever you do have some sort of movement, especially if it's an upward mobility, understand the people you take with you need to be people that can help you climb as well and help you get up that mountain and be support to you. Because there's nothing worse than having great traction, great movement, progression in your life, and the people you bring with you is just like, get your, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you supposed to keep climbing the hill if you got people that you brought with you trying to pull you down and take you away from what you're going towards? So be careful about that too. Be careful about your circle. Be careful about how you move. When we just think about movement in the grand scheme of things, people always be like, yo, watch how you move. You going around this person, watch how you move. You going to this city, watch how you move. Make sure you do this and that. It's the same thing with your life. Watch how you move, because whether it's like with your friend group or people you don't know or with coworkers or things, watch how you move, because everybody is always watching a movement. A movement is an action. We're always moving. So always think about, no matter what you're doing, think about how you're moving, because it can impact you for the long term. And like I said, all movement isn't progression. All movement isn't positive. And you have to make a sound decision to be like, yo, how am I moving? How am I moving in my dating life? How I'm moving in my family life? How I'm moving at work? How I'm moving in my personal life? Like, how am I moving? Ask yourself that, because if you're not seeing any traction or progression, you might be moving the wrong way.